and I would look at the world and I saw what I perceived as great injustices, that the world is not run as it should be. There are people who are very, very poor in Israel and beyond Israel. And what I learned from Encyclopedia Britannica and other books is that the system that we have today is called capitalism. And apparently there were a bunch of guys in the late 18th, 19th century who came up with a better system called socialism, which would fix all the ills of capitalism. And I was sold. So essentially, yes, I call it communist porn because if you would look at the definition, maybe even today on Wikipedia, in the encyclopedia of capitalism, communism, it would be something like capitalism is a system for private gain and the oppression of the proletariat. And communism is a system where everybody joins together and help build a better and more just and equal society.
Maybe not communism, but socialism. We'll definitely get that kind of... Now you can't throw all the praise at communism, so you have to...
No. Okay, so that's a common misconception. The original name of the Bolshevik Communist Party is the Social Democrat Party. Okay, so socialism comes before Marxism. Marx then develops the Capital and the Communist Manifesto. Communism is, if you want to define it, the best definition that I know of communism is this is a political system to gain socialism. So socialism is that the public owns the means of production and property, and communism is the way to achieve socialism. Okay, so
and there are other ways to achieve socialism.
There's the democratic way, but what we think of today as social democrats, so we think about the nice Scandinavian people, so the Social Democrat Party of, like, say, Germany, which was part of the main opposition to Nazism in Germany, it wasn't about, okay, we need a system like today, but we're going to increase transfer payments and welfare payments. No, it was, we're going to win the election, and after we win the election, we're going to nationalize everything and abolish capitalism. So there was the democratic way to achieve socialism. We're going to need the people to vote us in, and then we're going to mandate it. And there was the communist method of achieving socialism, which was we're going to have a revolution by a revolutionary vanguard, as Lenin called it, and achieve socialism. Because democracy itself is a bourgeoisie and a capitalist structure. So we cannot use it to topple it.
Yeah.
So that's the basic.
Socialism is the economic system.
Exactly.
And communism is a political manifestation of it, or a political attempt to achieve that economic.
Exactly, and the name of the communist Russia was United Soviet Socialist Republic.
Yeah.
And all the Eastern Bloc countries, they were all socialist republics. They were all socialists.
Yeah.
Because the state owned the means of production. In order to be fair to Marx and other communists, this was supposed to be a transition period. So there was supposed to be a transition period where the state owns everything, and then through time, what develops is sort of like a communist anarchy. So there is no state. The ideal communist system has no state at the end, but it does have a very powerful state somewhere in between. No country, no socialist or communist country has ever achieved that, of course. Yeah.
No,
But
I mean,
the dream is anarchy.
They always blame the leaders.
It's
right?
very rational, right? That you would have a very strong state and then it would somehow cease to exist. That makes sense. Yeah.